Welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin' Hippo. Today is Monday, March 15th, and because it's a Monday, that means it's time for What's Sold on eBay. Just like every week, we're going to go on a walk through Instagram and take a look at our photos of our shipping each day to give you an idea of the packages we're shipping out and an idea of our overall volume. And then we'll go over to eBay, where I have selected out highlights of our sales from the week. I have pulled out all of the plush that we sold, as well as highlights of our bread and butter items that sell really well for us, as well as some exciting BOLO items. All of these are things that you can be on the lookout for when you're out there sourcing for items to sell on eBay and any other platforms that you sell on. You guys, before we get started, sales are up. Oh my Lord. We are finally back to our historical sell-through rate of 0.5%. Our daily sell-through rate historically has, I can't say always because it's been weird since COVID, and it's been weird for most of 2020, and it's been sucky for most of 2021. But pre-COVID, we pretty solidly hung out at a 0.5% sell-through rate. That means if we had 2,000 listings, we sold 10 items a day. And we hung out there. When things were slow, we still hung out around 7 to 8 a day. And when things were good, we would have more than 10 a day. But it has been rough for a while, but we have been back at the 10 a day pretty good. I think people's tax returns are coming in. You guys, the stimulus passed, that money is hitting, and things look really good. I think it's up for everyone, as far as I could see in most of the Facebook groups over the weekend and the past few days, even prior to the weekend. It looks like sales are up for a lot of people. And folks are out there shopping. It's exciting. All right, I have a lot to show you. I have a whole bunch of stuff. So let's just jump on in. You're looking at today's shipping photo. We had 31 packages go out. That's for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's about 10 a day, which is a good weekend for us. 28 of those were eBay, 3 were Poshmark. Last weekend, we had 33. So, again, that's a little over 10 a day, which is great. 27 eBay, 5 Poshmark, 1 Macari. Tuesday, we had 6. So, we were down a little bit. But Wednesday, we had 10. Thursday, we had 11. And these are all on eBay. And on Friday, we had 10. So we finished out the week pretty solid right there with our historical sell-through rate each day. And we had a great weekend. All right, guys, let's jump on over to eBay, and we'll start with the plush because they're my favorite. We had a lot of plush sell. This is Chester Cheetah here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Lucky number 13. So all the way from this tab over here, we had 13 plush sell all week. That's more than 1 a day. We had less than 1 a day sell for the entire month of February. If you watched my plush that sold video I put out over the weekend, we had less than 1 plush sell on average for the entire month of February. So we did better than that for our plush sales just this week. And of course, here comes a train. They never come through here until I'm recording. All right, we're starting out with this Disney Winnie the Pooh Tigger. He was a Goodwill find for 50 cents. He has a spring flower bouquet. He wasn't a big time money sale, but he is a sale. 50 cents into $10.12 is what I sold him for on the best offer. And he shipped first class. You guys, those Easter plush, those plush that have anything to do with spring, get them up. Get those keywords in your titles. I added spring in just the other day and in front of the flower bouquet, and he sold, I had him for probably a year. And he didn't sell until I put the word spring in his keywords. So there you have it. Next up, we have a poop lot. Again, this is an example, and I show these a lot, of plush I have left over from wholesale buys or bags of plush I'll buy, and then I just sell the poop as extra profit. You guys, if you buy plush and wholesale lots, or you buy those grab bags of plush at the thrift stores or the church sales where you get the big bags for a couple of bucks, you pull all the good plush out, you list them, you sell those pay for that bag, the cost of goods on the wholesale lot, and then you're making profit on the rest. And then you have these poopy ones left. Instead of redonating them or just getting rid of them, go ahead and lot them up in these small lots. You won't make a lot, but it's icing on the cake. It's better to make a couple of bucks profit on the poop than to redonate them and not make anything at all. If you buy a bag for $2 and you make your money back and then some, if you've got 10 really great plush in there and you make $10 to $20 profit on each of them, let's say 20 even, you've already made $200. List the poop. So this is plush poop lot. This is what I call these. I took a best offer of 7 on this altogether. These guys weighed like 3 ounces. It didn't cost anything to ship them. Their cost of goods was next to nothing because they came in a lot that, has already been paid for over again for the good stuff that came out of it. So that is what I do with the poop stuff. This is a Gans XOXO puppy dog. You might have seen him recently in a video I did of an unboxing. It came from a wholesale I purchased from Greg. So his cost of goods was about 50 cents. He's pretty large. I made up the price because I wanted to. You guys know how I am with comping plush. I didn't really see much like him when I comped him. He was 18 inches. He's pretty big. I did list him around Valentine's Day, even though it took him till now to sell. So I did list him even higher than I probably normally would have. So I just decided to list him for $25, and that's what he sold for. And believe it or not, as big as he is, he did ship first class. He just went into a larger poly bag. He weighed about 14 ounces. So you guys, when you're comping these and you see that everyone's selling them for dirt cheap, you don't have to. I think that it was just over this weekend, there was a thread in the Facebook group about comping plush, and both Robert and I had commented on that thread. If you're new to plush and you're just getting started and you're learning, comp off of experienced sellers. Go look in Robert's store, go look in my store, they're public. I'm not sure if any of the other experienced sellers in the group have their stores public, but we can ask. You can look in their stores. And comp off of them. Because if you look up plush like this on eBay, a lot of times you're going to see stuff like this listed at $5 or $10 free ship. And it's not what this is worth. He sold for what he was worth. So I was very excited. Quite frankly, I probably would have listed this at $20 in the middle of the summer. Maybe I may have been feeling $25 in February, but plush that are this big, that are this cute, that are themed like this, are definitely going to be worth $25, maybe even more sometimes. So get what your plush is worth. If you feel it in your gut, check those experienced veteran stores. Ask in the group. Don't be afraid to ask in the group. Everyone in the group is so super nice. And if you're not part of the group, you should be. It's called Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. There's a link to join down below. Everyone in there is super nice. There's no such thing as a stupid or a newbie question in that group, okay? In fact, I think, let me make myself a note here. I'm going to probably sometime this week make a thread in there for the experienced plush sellers whoever's willing to share their stores publicly for the newbies to go into and comp off of. All right, guys, this is a Gans Webkin rocker. So the Webkins, I've said this before and I've said this again, they can be hit or miss. You can bring them home and you can have a sealed code, never used, and it can comp at like $10. You can bring one home without a code and it'll comp at $30. It really depends on the animal, who you have, how sought after it is. They can surprise you sometimes. If I find them for 50 cents, I don't comp them. I just buy them. I buy them all. I bring them home. I find out when I get home. I liked the looks of this one. I thought she looked unique. I got her for 50 cents. Unfortunately, she wasn't one of the really big sought after ones. I did take a best offer on her for $9. So this was my 50 cents find into $9. She shipped first class. This came out of a wholesale lot, 50 cents. This is a Build-A-Bear. This is from Hop the movie. And I also added keywords like Easter Bunny. And this is EB Bunny. And this is the extra tag that was attached to him. So you can see it's from Hop the movie. He did sell for $19.99. And he shipped first class. Again, these Easter and spring animals are still selling hot. Here's a cutito. I love these cutitos. This is a slothito, Spedito, from the Plush Sloth series. He has a hot pepper on him, and he has no burrito. So these cutitos and the frutito animals, when they're brand new, they come in foil packs like Pokemon cards do, or other collectible cards. And when they come out of the foil pack, they're wrapped in a burrito. When you find them used, they usually don't have the burrito. So you want to denote whether they have the burrito or not. They're like the Webkins. You just denote no code or code. So this one did not have his burrito. If they have the burrito, they can be worth more money. So you just say whether they have their burrito or not. I do love to run around the house saying cutito, frutito, slothito, spedito, no burrito. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it annoys Keith to no end. I just listed a gray slothito today for $16 without a burrito that has an orange hot pepper on him, whose name was Dorito or something, very similar to that, Dashito or something. But these guys, they're good bread and butter. These frutitos, cutitos. So this guy sold for best offer $13.49, and he had a little mark on him too. So he probably would have gone up for more like 16 or 17, but he had a little mark on his head. And I did awesome him and run him through the wash and air dry him, but the one mark would not come off. So even with one mark that didn't come off, he still went up for 15 and sold for $13.49. And he's cute. All the cutitos are cute, but I'm particularly fond of sloths. Next up, we have a Pokemon Center Turt Twig. Pokemon Center is a very good brand for Pokemons. It's one of those sought-after brands. This came out of a mystery box a lot that I opened with Robert live on either his channel or mine. There were 2 boxes. We each got 2 mystery boxes that time. We opened one apiece on each of our channels. Pokemon Center is a good brand. It is official. If you can see here, let me pull up the tag for you guys. You can be sure it's licensed if the tag looks like that. Turt Twig is a very cute Pokemon. It's very soft too. This plush was very soft and smooth, very nice and clean looking. He was very long tail, and that's okay. I was willing to sit on him and wait because I got $28.99 for him. I think we had figured out each plush in that lot was like $1 and some change after all of the cost and shipping and everything. So definitely worth the wait. A lot of times with these video game characters, you're going to find that when you list them, they're either going to sell like super fast, or you're going to have to sit on them for a little bit and wait for the right person to come along that's willing to pay a lot of money for basically a toy for an adult. I'm absolutely willing to wait for the right person to come along because I want what they're worth. He did ship first class. Next up, we have a Hallmark Peanut Snoopy. Now, these graduation plush, I believe they're actually kind of a no-low. And graduation plush are getting harder to sell since COVID. Since school has become kind of, virtual from home, and the kids aren't doing the big graduation walk and the graduation parties like they used to pre-COVID, graduation plush are even becoming a harder sell than they used to be. Robert will tell you that graduation plush are no-low. He stays away from them. This was a purchase from the very beginning when I was still learning. So this was very, very long tail. He has been around for quite some time. Snoopy himself is a good buy. He's bread and butter. He's very long tail. He's kind of like a Winnie the Pooh or a Minnie Mouse. He's very oversaturated. You want to make sure your Snoopies are kind of unique when you get them. But these graduation plush, they are very hard to sell, first of all. Second of all, like I said, since COVID and school becoming virtual from home and kids not doing the walk and all that, they're becoming a harder sell. So he did finally sell, and he sold for $23.99, so I'm happy with that. He was a 50-cent pickup at the Goodwill, so that was a good sell, and he did ship first class. This is a Beanie Balls Thunder Elephant. So the Beanie Balls are kind of like the Beanie Boos. They can be hit or miss. I grab them all when I find them for 50 cents or a quarter, or get them in a wholesale lot, or some kind of bag some kind of deal where I get a whole bag of them, or stuff a bag or something. If they're cheap enough, I just grab them all, bring them home, and find out who's who and who's worth it and who's worth what. This guy is a little surprising that he sold for $13.75. I thought he'd be, more like a $12 plush, but he did sell for $13.75. I have had some of these Beanie Balls that were worth $18 and $19. Again, they're hit or miss, so if you're not willing to take risks, you can comp them before you purchase them, or just avoid them altogether, but some of them can be worth money. Of course, he shipped first class. He's not very big at all. Here we have Disney Junior's Lion Guard Kion. This is Simba's son from the Disney Junior show. Disney Junior, Nickelodeon Junior, all those shows like that, the characters from those shows I do really well with. Some shows actually are more popular than others, like Paw Patrol is really a good one. I've done well with the animals from the Lion Guard as well. And then there's McStuffins, the Doc McStuffins show. I do really super good with the animals from that show. This is a tie, so it kind of isn't worth as much like if this was an official Disney plush from the Lion Guard. Tie isn't as worth as much, but that's okay. Got this guy for 50 cents, so he sold for $11.99, and he shipped first class. Disney Star Wars Yoda plush. I can't believe I didn't keep this. I sure am surprised at myself that I didn't keep this, but here he is. He sold for $11.99. He was a 50-cent find. He is very small, only 6 inches. I did put one piece of bubble wrap around him to protect his lightsaber. He did ship first class. Next up, we have a Folkmanis skunk. You guys should know that Folkmanis is a bolo brand. They make puppets, which are even more of a bolo. So if you ever find the Folkmanis puppets, those are a huge bolo. Those puppets can go for $50, $60. Some of the vintage ones can go for a lot of money, hundreds of dollars. But this is just a plush. He is not a puppet. This came out of a wholesale lot, so he was about 50 cents. And he did sell for $24.99. And he shipped first class. Then we have Chester Cheetah. He came out of a wholesale lot. He was 50 cents. He did have some writing on the bottoms of his feet, which brought his value down. Most of the Chester cheetahs I saw listed were going for between $30 to $40. Some were for $20 to $25. Mine had writing on him. So I decided I was going to list mine at $30 and probably take a $20 to $25 offer because mine had writing on it. So I put him up for $37.49, and then our 20% sale would take him down to $30. I put him up. Within 5 minutes of him being listed, I got a $20 offer with a note stating that he had writing on his shoes, and that brought his value down. Of course, I put in the description that he had writing on his feet. I knew he had writing on his feet, and I put it in the pictures and everything. So I wrote back with an offer, the $24.99, and I said I understood that it devalued him, and I couldn't go as low as $20. But she took the $24.99, and that's what he sold for within like 5 to 10 minutes of being listed. That is super fast for Plush. That's like a miracle. When Plush sells that fast, it is because somebody's been looking for that particular plush, usually, or because you have it priced too low. Plush is super, super long tail. It takes a very long time for most plush to sell. When I sell plush that fast, it's usually because I have priced it too low, and then I'm mad at myself, or because someone is looking for a particular plush and they have it eBay set to alert them when that plush has been listed. In this instance, I don't think I priced it too low. I mean, it had writing on it and it devalued it, and I still had it priced comparatively and competitively with what others were priced at, even considering that mine was devalued. I think this person was just looking for a Chester cheetah and saw mine and knew that she could get me to come down on it because of the shoes. She even said in her first $20 offer, he has writing on his shoes and that makes him less valuable. So I went back with 25 and said, I understand that. We take all of that into account when we price him, but I can't go as low as 20. So she was probably just looking for a Chester cheetah and saw her chance to get one for a little bit less, but it does happen. Plush can and will sell that low sometimes, and it does happen. So celebrate those moments, but it's not common for Plush. All right, next up, we're going to jump into the clothes now. We have an Effie's Heart Woman's Full Skirt. I like this brand. I've only ever had 2 skirts by this brand. I've never had any other piece of clothing by this brand, and I've never found it in the wild. The 2 Effie's skirts I've ever had have come to me in wholesale lots that I have purchased from other resellers out of state. So I've never found these within Pennsylvania, and I've never found these in the wild in the thrift store. I've gotten them in wholesale lots that I've purchased from other states. The first one I ever had was a green skirt. It almost felt like, have you guys ever had those weird puffy things you put down in the bottoms of your cupboard that you put dishes on? It felt like that kind of material. It was very different. And then this one is the second one I've ever had. I took a best offer on the skirt of $35. Our cost of goods on it was about $2. And it's just like a black pleated skirt. So if you guys ever see this Effie's brand, I would say it's definitely a BOA. I wish I could find it. I've never seen it in the wild. I've only ever pulled it out of a box. Next up, we have Land's End. This is a brand. It's a mall brand, and I leave it on the rack when I find it in the wild. But it's an example of shorts that I'll pick up, and that's why they're here for the video. So if I find Land's End anything, usually I will leave it on the rack. I will not pick it up. But you guys know my general rule for like denim shorts and booty shorts, I'll pick up any brand I find because they sell well. Well, that rule generally applies to Bermuda shorts and golf shorts as well. I found these for 99 cents at Goodwill, and I figured I'd grab them just to see if I could sell them. And they sold for $15.43. So I do apply my rule of shorts, as I call it, to golf shorts and Bermuda shorts as well. If it's 99 cents, even if it's a bad brand, I'll pick up other types of shorts because I feel like I can move bad brands on that for good money too. So these did ship first class. Next up, we have a Disney Store brand men's sweater. This is an Eeyore 1966 One Gloomy Guy. It's purple. It's like a fleece pullover sweater. We got this in a wholesale lot. Our cost on this was about $1, actually, believe it or not. It's a Disney Store exclusive. It's a very nice, very, very, very soft fleece. And again, it was only $1 for us. It sold for $22.50, and it shipped first class. We did have to get a slightly bigger poly bag out than we normally use because it was very thick once it was folded, very big. Next up, we have Aeropostale women's jeans, size 4. These are Bala skinny low rise. This is an example of the lower end mall brand small jeans that I like to sell, kind of like the Hollisters that I really like. I do like the really small sized low end mall brand jeans because they ship first class and I can sell them really fast. They move pretty quickly, and they usually sell for me anywhere from $18 to $22 depending on the style and the size. I did have shipping on these. You can see here I charged shipping. Sometimes I sell them for like 18 to 20, 22-ish free ship. Sometimes I drop the price and add shipping on them just to see if they'll move faster. Usually I do really, really well with the Hollisters, but sometimes I'll grab the Aeropostales as well if I can find them low enough cost of goods. This pair, I believe, was in a padded flat, which is why I just decided to put $8 shipping on it and see if I could get them to move for $12. So these were $18.96 all in for the buyer, and they did move. Then we have an Aeropostale men's jean jacket. Now this came to us in a wholesale lot. It's like a trucker jacket. I actually think this came out of a thread-up box, to be honest. So it was about $1.76 cost of goods, give or take a little bit, unless we got a free shipping or whether we paid shipping on that thread-up box. We took a best offer of $21 on this, and it did ship in a padded flat. Jean jackets do really well. Denim jackets, jean jackets. I like to pick them up, or I used to like to pick them up when we would go on 99 cents day, and I would get all the brands that I could find. It didn't matter, kind of like the jean shorts. If they were 99 cents and they were denim jackets, men's, women's, I didn't care. Cropped, regular length, whatever size, whatever style. I always did really well with jean jackets all year long too, even in the summer. Here's a women's Lee jean jacket. This came out of a thread-up box. So again, right around $1.75 cost of goods. This is a size medium, one true fit, light wash. You can see the fit here. These are we just do really well with just denim jackets. So there were, I believe, 2 or 3 that we sold this week as we go into spring. So this one I accepted a best offer of $20 on, and it shipped in a padded flat. Next up, we have a pair of the denim shorts. Speaking of denim shorts and bad brands, this is Celebrity Pink. I would pass up this brand and anything else except for denim shorts. These came in a thread-up box. They're junior size 7, so they're even a bad brand that I would normally pass up on anything else. And they did sell for a best offer of $12.99. They shipped first class. Here we have Hue women's jeans. So these were in the ThredUp box. I sold a lot of stuff from our ThredUp boxes this week. These are pull-on jeggings, light wash. I believe I had a pair of these that sold in February as well that were in our jeans that sold video. So these I accepted a best offer of $19.09, and they shipped first class. All of these items that come out of the ThredUp boxes, again, their average cost of goods is usually around $1.70 to like $1.85, usually right around $1.75. It just depends on the size ThredUp box I had purchased and if I had a free shipping coupon or not on how it averaged out and how many items were poop or not in that box that I had to get rid of. So I usually just average them out to about $1.75 a piece. All right, now we have an Adidas Boston Marathon 2010 114th BAA logo women's hoodie. There you go. This came out of a wholesale lot, so the cost of goods on this was right around $2. And this sold for $39.99, and it shipped in a padded flat. So it did weigh over a pound, but it did sell for $39.99. Then next up, we have a pair of Liverpool jeans. These were also out of a ThredUp. This was a new to me brand. These were leggings or jeggings. Again, I do so well with jeggings and leggings. I remember talking about that in the what sold jeans that sold video. Jeans, jeggings, and leggings I do really well with. These shipped first class too. Love when things ship first class. I do really well with those, but then on the opposite end of the spectrum, I do really well with anything that's flare or really wide leg bell bottoms, like opposite. One's really tight and thin, and then one's really big and wide and baggy. So these I took a best offer of $20 on, and they shipped first class. These also came out of a ThredUp box. These are Levi's 501 men's jeans, size 26. Which is a really small waist size for men, but these sold very fast. These Liverpool jeans and Levi's jeans were actually in a very recent, the most recent ThredUp unboxing I did a couple weeks ago, and they've only been in the store for a few weeks. So they both sold really quickly within a few weeks. These were button fly, which is a huge plus for men's pants. When I comped these, I literally comped men's 501 size 26 button fly straight jeans so I could get the exact jeans that I was looking for, because I do tell you guys, when you comp your Levi's jeans, make sure you're comping exactly what you have, because Levi's can vary so much from Levi's 501s to 511s to 301s to signatures, you know. So you have to look exactly what you're looking for. So I did comp exactly what I had. I looked in the solds, I looked at what's currently listed, and I also looked through Terapeak back a year. And so I listed mine for $29.99, and that's exactly what they sold for, and they shipped in a padded flat. Next up, we have some J. Crew women's jeans. These are a little older. I believe they came in a wholesale box, so they would have been about $2 cost of goods. I did have shipping on these, so all in, buyer offered $11 on them, which I did accept, and then they paid shipping in addition. So all in, the cost was $20.64 for the buyer, and they did ship first class. They were skinny, mid-rise jeans, size 26. I do like J. Crew. They're pretty solid bread and butter on eBay. They do a little bit better on Poshmark. It's one of those brands that folks on Poshmark still think is a pretty preppy brand. Next up are these Clark's Vendables women's mules. I do pretty well with Clark's. I used to get them at the Goodwill for 99 cents a pair. and I would just pick up any of the Clarks I could find, the Bendables, the Clouds, any of them. As long as they were 99 cents a pair, I would just grab all of the Clarks, whatever was on sale that day for 99 cents, and bring them home. So these were cute mules with the buckles, slip-ons. I did take $12 best offer on these because they were a little older and I wanted to get rid of them. And the buyer paid shipping in addition to that. I do put shipping on all of our shoes, calculated 1 pound. And so the buyer all in paid $28.07 for this pair of Clarks that I paid 99 cents for. And then we've sold this Affliction. You may have seen this super recently in that unboxing I did with Casey out of the big wholesale lot we bought. It was supposed to be all men's t-shirts, but we got some goodies like this in there as well. There were some jerseys in there that were worth a lot of money and some women's tops and hoodies like this. This is a 2X large women's Affliction hoodie, and you can see the skull zipper pull. You guys, if you ever find Affliction and you see that it looks distressed and ripped up, that's how Affliction is supposed to look. This had a really cool graphic on the back. Looks like a rib cage. Affliction usually has really super cool graphics that involve skulls and bones and stuff. So this went up for $34.99 plus shipping. I did put shipping on this because I knew that there was no way I was getting this into a padded flat. It is a 2 extra large sweatshirt, and with the hoodie and everything, there was no way I was getting this into a padded flat. It was just so large. So I decided I wasn't going to fight it. It was going to go into a box, and so I put 1 pound calculated shipping on it. So the buyer paid $34.99 for the hoodie plus calculated shipping. So it was like $44, $45 all in. I didn't write the total price of this one down. Then we have a Pop Icon Buckle BKE button front shirt. I have recently been going back through our inventory. I've mentioned that a couple of times. You should too. Sometimes items will sometimes fall off for whatever reason. There's little gremlins and goblins on eBay that will unlist your stuff. So about once a year, sometimes twice, I go back through all of our inventory. Just 1 or 2 bins a day, casually. I don't do it in a hurry and I don't stress about it. I just 1 or 2 bins a day. I just double check that the items in that bin are listed. And if they're not, the items go back into our death pile and get rephotographed and relisted. And this was one of those items. I was very upset when I found out because you can see what it is and what it's worth. So this did get relisted. I took a best offer on it of $22.49. I don't remember where we sourced it from. I'm just glad that I found out that it had fallen off, and it shipped first class. I just kind of wanted to show you this. This brand I like for jeans, Bread and Butter. Cabby's a pretty good brand for bread and butter jeans. I never really thought of sourcing or picking up anything else by this brand, like tops or sweaters or anything, but we got this in a wholesale lot. Cost was $2, and it sold within a couple of days of going up pretty fast for a best offer of $14. So, I mean, not a lot of money. $14 isn't a lot, but it sold within like 2 days, so that was actually pretty fast. Fast is just as good as a lot of money sometimes, right? So this is a cardigan, button front, ribbed, tight fitted sweater. So Cabby sells pretty fast even when it's not jeans. Something just to think about. And then last but not least, fishing reel. We had purchased 6 of these for $90, and the low end one had sold for $45. The high end one had sold for $150, and I believe this was our last one to go for $99.99. We just kind of lucked into knowing someone who had the 6 of them that they wanted to sell wholesale to us for the $90. It was a one-off. It was a one-off. They just happened to have the 6 that they were willing to sell at that price to us. We lucked out. I really wish it could be something that we could keep buying over and over again, or something we could have lucked into, on the regular, but it's not. It was someone had them, we bought them, and we sold them, and that's it. But they've been fun to sell, let me tell you. They've definitely been a very, very nice profit. So this is the fishing reel we sold this week for $99.99. All right, guys, let me know down in the comments below how things have been for you, how sales are going. I have heard that they are up all the way around for everybody. Tax returns are coming in. The stimmies have hit. The stimulus money is coming in. So, March through May, typically every year as the tax returns come in, at least for used clothing sellers, is really good. It's always been said that this time of year is our Q4, and we do really well. So it should be even better this year because we got the stimulus money in addition to the tax returns. So, yep, leave the comments. Let me know how things are going. Thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to join the Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. Until next time, guys, go be productive. Go make some money. Get those listings up so people can get to shopping. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.